Ever been hurt by the church? Sometimes Christians don't act very, what's the word? Christian. Whether it's from toxic leadership, judgmental attitudes, or even simply being overlooked when you needed help, it hurts. The emotional toll can be huge. But what makes this most damaging is that the place that you once went to for support and help has now become your source of pain. It's kind of like walking into a hospital and you expect the doctors to be really nice, and instead they punch you in the face. My church hurt story began in 2018. I started having panic attacks, and my pastor unfortunately mistook it for demonic possession. After a while, it became really clear that he didn't know what he was doing. One night while I was riding in the car, another panic attack hit. Quickly, we dialed the number of my childhood pastor, one who had experience in mental health. Over the car speakers, he calmly said, "Mary, trust in God." I was desperate and I whispered, I trust you, Lord." And just like that, the attack stopped. It wasn't a demon. What I really needed was loving care from somebody who understood mental health. That moment changed everything for me. Not only did the panic attack stop, but it opened my eyes to the church's lack of knowledge about mental health and how to handle it. My next experience with church hurt wasn't quite as dramatic, but it was equally as eye-opening. In 2020, during COVID, my husband and I thought it would be fun to organize a church campout. We got a bunch of families together and we had an awesome time. But the church leadership became upset because we didn't have an elder present. You're not going to believe what happened next. We attended a church retreat with people from different organizations. We were given only a few days' notice that if we attended the retreat, my husband Aaron, who regularly gave sermons and led worship, would be removed from the speaking schedule. They wouldn't even allow him to give a prayer at church anymore. Then things got really weird. I posted 2 videos on our YouTube channel about how the church needed healing. Well, a few days later, my husband got a call from our pastor saying, "We need to talk." That's never usually a good sign. He shows up at our house with this binder full of transcripts from my videos. At the end, he gave us an ultimatum. Either you take the videos down or you need to find somewhere else to fellowship. Since we felt like God inspired us to put those videos out in the first place, we found ourselves in kind of a sticky situation. We told him we couldn't take the videos down because God inspired us to put them there in the first place. By choosing that, we chose to find another place to worship. It was a really disturbing time in our life, yet we knew that something better must be on the other side. A lot of the time, that's how God works. He forces us to take a leap of faith. Before every big blessing breaks through, there's usually a really big test. Just like gold is purified by fire, you are purified and refined by trials. Do you remember how coal turns into a diamond? Only under tremendous pressure. The cool thing was that after we left that church and we went to a new one, every single thing, down to the letter that we had been praying for, was given to us. So how about you? How can you heal and unlock the benefits of this trial? The first step is a little crazy. You pause and you say, "Wow, what a blessing." We need to have a bigger perspective. And let me be clear, I'm not saying to ignore the pain. Pain hurts, it cleanses, it refines, and you do need to feel it. Let the pain work through you and know that deep down, this is the moment of your transformation. Every single thing in your life is working for good, especially the hard moments, but only if you do step number 2, which is ask God, what can I learn from this? You have to uncover the lesson in the pain. The lesson is wrapped up and disguised in this really ugly package that really hurts. But once you peel away the layers of pain, you're going to find the blessing. So what's the lesson that you need to learn from this pain? If you can find what it is and truly embody it, you will unlock a new level in your life. God brings difficult people and hard situations into our lives to teach us something. Learn the lesson, unlock the blessing. But if instead you choose to hold on to unforgiveness and blame, you are going to need to repeat that lesson and take the test again. The cycle will continue in your life until it gets so painful that you have to change it. Learn it now. And don't worry, the people that hurt you are going to need to be learning their lessons too. But you are responsible for your own healing and your own happiness. Remember, God first gives the tap, then the harder tap, and then he sends us the wake-up call. You need to change something. Next, you need to spend some time truly forgiving from the heart. You have to forgive in order to heal. It's life's law. You've probably heard the quote that unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean being friends with this person or letting them in your life again. But it does mean healing your own wounds. It means that you're not going to be a victim anymore, that you're letting go of the emotional charge and chains that that person is holding on your life. By not forgiving, you are literally chaining yourself energetically to the past, to the trauma, and to that person. Now, in this process, you don't want to rush past all of the emotions that are coming up, the anger, the bitterness, the shame, the humiliation, whatever it is for you. You need to feel it and let it process. Emotions are emotions. They're energy in motion. Emotions are meant to move, to be felt, to process, and to be released. Spend time in prayer, meditating on God's word, meditating and sitting in his presence, and spending time with supportive friends. And that's the last step. You need to spend time with people that will aid your healing. Find wise counselors who don't only have a faith-based perspective, but are also aware of and trained in mental health, healing the emotions, and holistic procedures. EMDR, the emotion code. There are many healing modalities out there that help. More than that, find somebody that can pray with you, because prayer does miracles if you believe. Consider finding a new church when the time feels right to you if you don't feel like it's beneficial for you to go back to the old one. Every church is different. They're not all toxic. There are healthy, supportive, compassionate communities out there. I'm in one. I know that you might be hurting so much that you're tempted to isolate, but healing doesn't usually happen in isolation. It happens in connection. But the greatest connection you can have is upwards. Connect with God, sit in his presence, let him show you what you need to heal, what you need to forgive. Give yourself grace. Healing is a journey, a lifelong one. So take care of yourself and give yourself all the time you need. And remember that God can use the deepest hurts to bring about the biggest rewards. Find that nugget of wisdom that you can extract from this trial. On this channel, we talk a lot about spiritual principles and healing. So if you like content like this, please subscribe. Leave a comment below of your healing journey or where you're currently at. We're here for you. We want to help you. We want you to grow. I'll see you next time. The hardest moments in your life, the times where it feels like everything is falling apart, you're actually right on the cusp of breaking through. Whether you break through or not depends on one really important thing.